What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about Nikolaj Ehlers and the trade rumors surrounding him. It does seem like the Winnipeg Jets are shopping him. It does seem like he is available and that they are taking calls. He has 1 year left next season on his deal, and then that is it. And it doesn't seem like he is, super keen on re-signing in Winnipeg due to his use. And truthfully, I don't blame him. I mean, guys like Mason Appleton are getting more ice time than him consistently every night, and it's just not right. He had a really good season. 82 games played, 25 goals, 36 assists for 61 points, was really good in the regular season, and it's a shame he didn't get to play more because I think he could have probably gotten closer to the 75, maybe even 80 point mark if he had some more ice. But Nikolaj Ehlers, available on the trade block. What could the Winnipeg Jets be looking to get back for him? I do believe the Jets will be looking for a roster player or a prospect that is very close to being NHL ready, if not NHL ready already. I don't really think that the Jets are going to be too interested in draft picks unless it's a throw-in with something. I do think the Jets want to make a hockey trade here, and I think that it would make the most sense considering that, they're going for it. I mean, they're not going to re-sign Niederreiter to a 4-year deal and then turn around and give Mark Scheifele and Connor Hellebuyck 8-year deals just to rebuild. That's not what's happening here. So I do believe they will be looking for a hockey trade, but they will have to find one that fits the bill for them. So which teams could be looking at Nikolaj Ehlers? I do think that one team, the first one that comes to mind, is the Carolina Hurricanes. This is a team that, we've seen trade rumors about Ehlers to Carolina before in the past. I think they're very interested. It's a very Carolina Hurricanes type of player, speedy, skilled winger that can shoot the puck. And Ehlers would bring some goal scoring. He would just be a really nice fit there in Carolina, and a player that I think they could desperately need. I mean, they went out, they signed Jake Gensel, very similar player to Nikolaj Ehlers, and if they do lose him as a UFA, Nick Ehlers would be an incredible pickup for them, and I think, regardless, he would be really nice. I think Carolina would quicker be able to move prospects than, roster players, as I don't really see this team wanting to take a step back, right? They're going to be in win now mode. They have all their core in place with Aho and Svechnikov. They want to go win now. That's why they would be acquiring Nikolaj Ehlers. But I do wonder about Martin Necas. He's a guy that's, been talked about in trade rumors for a little while now. Winnipeg does have a hole currently in their second line center spot. I don't know if the Jets really are too focused on re-signing Sean Monahan. I don't really see him coming back. I'd be kind of disappointed if they went that direction. But I would be really thrilled about Martin Necas being a Winnipeg Jet. Very good player. I've always been pretty hyped about him. He had a really good season this year, over 50 points. Just a really solid second line center, and I think he'd fit in really well in Winnipeg. I've really liked him, and I've wanted him on the Jets for a long time. So if they can pull that off, that'd be pretty cool. My next team here that I'm going to be talking about is the New York Islanders. I think Ehlers would be an awesome fit for this Islanders team. This is a team that lacks some skill. They do lack the speed. Ehlers fits the bill for both of them. Imagine Matt Barzal and Nikolaj Ehlers on the same line. Would be absolutely disgusting, right? And it does seem like the Islanders are finally transitioning from being more of a grindier, just gunky team to a more quick, skilled team. They're in the process of doing all that right now, right? And I just love the fit there. I think Ehlers would be a monster. I think he'd be featured more. He'd definitely get top line ice, I'd have to imagine. I think he could do some damage there in New York. Now, what would the Islanders be looking to get rid of? I think a guy like Ryan Pulock would make a lot of sense. He's got some term, right-hand shot defenseman, really steady top four guy that Winnipeg could probably use. I do imagine the Jets are going to re-sign Dylan DeMello, maybe Brendan Dillon. It's, still up in the air if the Jets are going to even offer him a contract. But I think that Ryan Pulock would be a very steady force there in the top four for Winnipeg. Could even be, a partner for Dylan Sandberg. That could be a really nice shutdown pairing. But I see a lot of people talking about Noah Dobson, who is, apparently having trouble getting a contract done with the Islanders. Doesn't seem like the Islanders and him are on the same page. It would be really nice to get a guy like that, really young, talented, maybe even Norris caliber defenseman one day, but I just don't see him being moved for Nikolaj Ehlers and, a third-round pick. I just don't see it. Both teams kind of win in that situation. Winnipeg picks up defensemen that they desperately need, and the Islanders pick up some speed and skill that they lack in their, top six. So kind of a win-win there. It's a trade that I could definitely see happening. Maybe some things get tacked on, on either side in the deal, but something to keep note of. I could definitely see that happening. And lastly, the Ottawa Senators, a team that has been wanting to add NHL talent for a little while here, had a disappointing season, turned it on at the end of the year, but they need some help. And who could help them in their forward core? Nikolaj Ehlers. Now, who's a guy on Ottawa that's been, really in trade talks his entire career, going back to his days in Arizona? It's Jakob Chychrun. This is a guy that has not been able to stay out of trade talks even after he got traded, almost immediately after. He's in his hometown and he still wants out of there. So we'll see what happens there if he's still on the trade block. Thought that maybe he would be available at the trade deadline, didn't end up getting moved. I wonder if Ottawa sees this as an opportunity to bolster their offense, just get that much better. Imagine Ehlers and Stützle and Brady Tkachuk on a line together would be kind of disgusting. And then, imagine the Jets with Jakob Chychrun and Josh Morrissey as the top pairing, or as like a 1-2 punch on, pairings 1 and 2. I think it would be a lot of fun. Samberg and Chychrun on the second pairing with Morrissey and DeMello as the first. You can fill out the third pairing accordingly. I think that could be a lot of fun. Bring some offense to the Jets defense. And yeah, man, I don't know. I really like the idea of that trade. We'll see if maybe something materializes there. But I think that makes a lot of sense. So, we'll see what happens in the future. Offseason is very early here. And, maybe the Jets don't even shop Nick Ehlers. Maybe they don't like their offers. Maybe they say, you know what, we're going to pump the brakes on this and wait until, maybe the trade deadline, maybe mid-season. Who knows? But again, very early in the offseason. This is all speculation. This is all just stuff that I'm thinking about right now. But these are some names that have been kicking around, for the better part of a year now. In Pulock, in Chychrun, and, Martinique is pretty much being shopped reportedly for the last 3 or 4 years, right? So just some names I've come up with here, some fun trades. We'll see what happens, but I'm ready to be let down. I'm tempering my expectations big time with Nikolaj Ehlers being moved, considering he only has one more year. I think if he's willing to extend with the team that he's getting traded to for 4, 5, 6 seasons, then maybe his trade value goes up just a little bit. But I think it is going to be maybe not as crazy of a trade as a lot of people think. So just keep that in mind. But with that, guys, I want to hear your guys' thoughts down below. Leave a comment. What do you think Nikolaj Ehlers is going to get traded for, and who do you think he's going to get traded to? I'd love to hear from you guys, so definitely leave that down below. Yeah, but that's all I got today, guys. Leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Going to try to get content up pretty consistently now. Took a week off, but, going to try to get videos rolled out pretty consistently here. But that's all I got. Thank you so much for watching. Go Jets, go. Bye-bye.